Hey guys, this is KinoDVT here, bringing you a League of Legends game which I played about a day ago with a bunch of friends of mine. Now we are the purple team along the bottom versus the blue team along the top. Now the reason I'm casting this game is because it's fun. We are playing with a Cho'Gath, a Malphite, Amunu, Rammus, and Alistair. Unfortunately, this is not a 5-person pre-made, this is a 4-person pre-made. Alistair is the odd one out, but he was very good in that he was okay with playing all tanks and just messing around a bit. I would highly recommend that you mess around and do this, because if you just want a game to relax, have a bit of fun, this is a very good way to do it. Just make sure you all have fortify, and you'll be brilliant. Now the enemy team does have a jungler, as do we, so we're going to go for a bit of counter jungle in the early game and see if we can completely mess him up, while otherwise should be an interesting game. Wukong, the new guy, is interesting, but versus tanks he's a little useless. Garen, Malthazar both have kind of anti-tank ability. If Shaco gets a little bit fed, then gets a Madrid's Bloodrazor, then we could be in trouble. Renekton, kind of same deal. So, should be an interesting match. The people we really didn't want to see were people like Vayne and Malthazar. Sorry, Vayne and Brand. This is not ranked. This is normal, so we did not get to see what they were going to pick. They did not get to see what we were going to pick. If they had seen, we probably would not have got Amunu or Rammus. So yeah, starting out, this is what my HUD looks like. Some people may find it a little weird, but this is what it looks like, so yeah, you can kinda just deal with it. Psycho is running the very cool Loch Ness Monster Cho'Gath, which in my opinion is only second to the Gentleman Cho'Gath. I haven't yet got a skin for Amunu. I would very much like to, because I do play him quite a lot, but just haven't got around to it. Psycho just going straight forward, just wanting to deny him that jungle, and now that we're over here as well, we managed to do that, so we end up having a little bit of a team fight. Garen coming in at a bit of a bad time, really, given that he kind of came in after we had all engaged. Psycho was a bit heavily aggressive just to try and get that ward off, but it does do the job in the end. DevTug being my brother, Jeremy DVT or yeah, DevTug, Jeremy DVT or DevTug, DVT's World, if you want to check out him, he's a lot of fun, bit of a filmmaker, but he plays quite the good Rammus. Malphite just heading off to make sure that our blue does not get taken. Again, this is the unofficial LoL replay, so it does not do health bars very well. It does health bars where you're looking, not all over the map, which is a bit annoying. It only shows health bars where you're looking, so you can clearly kind of tell where my screen is. So I'm now looking at Spiral at the time of this recording, not looking at my teammates, looking back again, so that's quite easy to tell. Maybe I should turn up, because some interesting banter does actually happen. For those of you who don't know, what I've done is I've flipped the minimap left to right. I've removed the bars in the middle and turned down the scale a bit. This is kind of my personal thing to do, and I'm jungling as Amunu. As Amunu jungle, for those of you who don't know, probably very few of them, you start with a skill in W, and then you get armor and 5 pots, and you can take blue on your own without that much difficulty, and then you skill E next and you'll be just fine. Cho'Gath was able to, I don't think he killed Shaco, no wait, he killed Shaco, and was able to secure that blue from him, which is very nice. We left these 2 minions here. This was something I didn't actually know at the time of this game, is if you have both minions still there, the thing will not respawn for 5 minutes. Wow, my screen is kind of tripping out because I'm being attacked by wolves a lot. Apart from that, we have Malphite and No, that's it. Just Malphite versus Wukong and Renekton. That's going to be interesting. Spiral being a very good player, I think he'll be able to deal with it. Not particularly difficult. And top we have Rammus and Alistair. Now, one of the important things that we didn't do so well, well actually we did brilliantly, it's just the fifth person didn't do so well, is you have to call out fortifies. You cannot just let anyone do it how you like. You have to say, I'm going to fortify first. And it's very good because if you have 5 fortifies, you can essentially fortify once a minute, which can allow you to not lose any towers whatsoever. But it's not ideal when you're playing with someone who's from a pub and is not all on mumble, as we were in this case. Psycho taking a little bit of damage there, but doing alright. Malzahar really not in a good position right now. I mean, you're versing a Cho'Gath with blue who will just farm to his heart's content, because farming with Cho'Gath is easy, but farming with Malzahar is easy as well. However, Malzahar has to kill like 5 minions with his I can't remember which ability it is, the Vision's ability, I can't remember which one it is, Q through R, I think it's E, whereas Psycho will just be able to spam his Qs out and will do quite a nice job very quickly. As you can see, my screen is currently in this vicinity and the health bars should disappear momentarily as I get back to jungling. There they go. I apologise for the atrocious frame rate. LOL is considerably more demanding than StarCraft. Shaco versus Rammus up top, not going so well. We had the first fortify of the match, saving this bot tower possibly from destruction, maybe not. Again, going back into the whole tanks thing, you can't pick like Shen and those kind of tanks. You do need more of the AoE damagey tanks. That's why we have Rammus, me, Cho'Gath, Malphite, and Alistair. Like, they're all very AoE damagey tanks, which means as long as you don't hardcore feed early game, just late game you will win every single team fight. And you'll see how that goes for us later. Going for the regrowth pendant as my next item, giving me a nice amount of health regen. The way I prefer to build Amunu is 3 gold per 5 items, so I end up getting Philly Stone, I end up getting a Heart of Gold, and then a Cage's Lucky Pick. I then build that into a Force of Nature, a Random's Omen, and anything else I particularly choose after that. It can be very variable depending on the team, but that's just Random's Omen and Fan, always what I build on him to give him a very, very nice amount of health regen. And that works nicely on pretty much every tank in the game, to be honest. Spiral doing a bit of tower divey action there. I don't think that's what his health bars actually look like, but you never know. Able to put down a bit of pressure on this turret. I can't really gauge how much pressure or how much damage or how much health he's on. I would say that Wukong is probably fairly low because he didn't engage Malphite. Let's see, where am I? I'm jungling Wraiths. Wraiths are fairly easy. Garen and Thing up top seem to be doing alright versus DevTug. Not amazingly well, but alright. I've seen worse. Just pimping my YouTube channel. It was a completely troll act, actually. I didn't mean to actually pimp it. Holy bejesus. What did I do? Jesus Christ. Okay, that's not right. That looks semi-normal, but not quite. I was not aware you could do that. So anyway, getting back, DevTug able to hold top lane with his regrowth pendant and fortifies, just able to stay in tower range basically. Very nicely dealing with that Shaco turret, meaning that, God forbid, should he need to run through there, he now can. As I said, we were able to completely halt Shaco's jungle. He stopped being a jungler and started being a laner after about a minute and a half. So that was pretty cool. Psycho at the moment doing alright with the CS. He's currently at 44 to Malzahar's 33, so currently has the most farm in the game, which is very, very nice. Again, Cho'Gath, he has this wonderful Q ability, which we're not going to actually see, but it's stomps his feet in the ground and then raises up a bunch of spikes. And then he has, I think it's his E, which is just this spines that whenever he auto attacks, he kind of pushes forward in front of him. Which means that for last hitting, you don't have to be. There it is, that's what it looks like. Which means for farming, you do not have to be perfect because there's always going to be a little bit of damage following up. We do have. This tower might have a little bit of pressure put down on it from Wukong and Renekton, but Malphite is just going to stand there and not really have anything to do with that. My screen is currently looking here, so we're going to get updated health bars. I'm able to come in here and gank, and I think we do get him. Yes, we do. Well, I do, but I'm not quite able to get away. Renekton picking up that double kill. Renekton being quite a good champion if you know what you're doing and got a little bit of armor pen. I quite like him, but I was never very good as him. Whoa. Wonder which one's normal speed. Is that? No, that's not normal speed. That is like uber slow speed. That looks like normal speed to me. So I think that's kind of a speed meter. I think I may... Yeah, no, I'm not going to leave it like that. That's weird. Just leave it on normal speed for the time being. Maybe when I have a better computer, I can run it on 3 times speed. Be a bit more like StarCraft commentary. Psycho doing quite nicely on mid still. I don't think he's been forced back by dying yet. Malphite being the only one who's really died on our team more than once. Bot lane in a little bit of trouble. Rammus is doing quite nicely up top. His turret not even taking 100 damage yet, so that's quite nice. We have not lost the tower yet, and we just took our first. That's one of the good things about tanks, is you can just waltz up to a tower. Alistair and Malphite having a bit of interesting time having to deal with Renekton. We got a glimpse of their health bars right there. Again, I'm really looking forward to the official LoL spectator mode, where hopefully at least all of the health bars will update completely perfectly, and we'll be able to see the health bars of all units. Currently I am looking up here, so that's good timing on my part. Renekton gonna get a little bit of gank on with Psycho. We'll see who wins there. Psycho's true damage could win through Renekton. Not sure how he intends to deal with Spiral, given how reasonably tanky Malphite is. He doesn't have any armor yet, which is what you would need to deal with Renekton, however. We do see Malzahar has come from mid to try and gank the gankers, but that's not really going very well for him, and I'm around, so yeah. The gankers are about to get ganked for the last time. Psycho just able to take out most of that minion wave with just one. I think it's his Q, but I don't really know. I think it's called like Temperous Ground or something along those lines. If you want to see some other good Cho'Gath games, I recommend you go check out Total Biscuit or Total Halibut's channel. He has some good Cho'Gath games up there, and he's quite a good LoL player. He actually got me into League of Legends, so yeah. DevTug still doing just fine up here, going good old Warmogs first. We were able to pop an Ignite and save mid tower, being pressured by Malzahar. Currently dealing with Dragon right now. Thank you very much, Alistair, for tanking that. Oh god, I changed it again. See, that just looks weird. Like, could you imagine playing League of Legends from that perspective? That just looks freaky as. It's like totally 2D. But then, like, can you imagine playing League of Legends from this? That actually looks kind of cool. It's just a pity there's like total black there. So we're just going to try and set it up in semi-normal fashion. I think I may have zoomed out like slightly more than you actually can in-game. I really have. But it's given me quite a lot of perspective. I think normally you probably sit about here. But I have no problem with zooming out this much. Psycho being held down by, I can't remember what his ulti is called. Malzahar's ulti. Bit of a scary ult, to be honest. Pardon me, did not get much sleep last night. Bit of a scary ult, to be honest. It's OP, in my opinion. Well, because Warwick's ulti is essentially the same, except its range. It's like, they essentially have the same ulti, except Malzahar has this ability which is just massive, massive, massive damage, which he can just set down and then you sit in it for 3 or 4 seconds. And that's what I think makes it really, really, really potent and powerful. And versus squishy mid, level 6, he can pretty much kill them anytime he chooses. Alistair and Malphite doing an amazing, absolutely amazing job pushing down bot, have taken 2 towers. I think we're about to take mid tower, however, yeah, it's currently on about half health. Top tower being hammered on a little bit by minions, but nothing really too difficult to deal with. Our team will have an ignite. Will have an ignite ready. Sorry, not an ignite, a fortify. And I'm currently just going after blue. I have now got all those 3 gold per 5 items, and now I'm going for my boots. Psycho getting into a little bit of trouble on mid. I remember when Cho'Gath used to go freaking huge. Garen taking quite a lot of damage from that tower. Psycho must have been very, very low to incentivize Garen to dive past a fortified tower, probably only just saving himself via his ulti. Well done, Psycho, and bit of a fail by Garen. Lucky novice. Alistair, Wukong, and Rammus getting into a little bit of fight up top. Alistair able to tank and deal quite a lot of damage with that ulti of his. Yeah, sleep is good. I'm currently trying to deal with Renekton. Probably not going as well as I would like. Being exhausted really doesn't help, but he kind of flashed away. And yeah, that was probably not the best engagement. I'm still not exactly sure what happened. I was never a good Renekton, so I don't really understand the limitations of the character. But clearly he understands the limitations of the character better than me. Yet another slightly annoying thing about LoL Recorder is when you die, you're black. Your screen is very black and white. So, god damn it, I keep trying to. And whenever you B or respawn, it just centers your camera right there. So right now, bit of an engagement going on here. Psycho and DevTug getting into a little bit of trouble. DevTug able to get away through his Powerball. Wow, he was really not on much. Psycho doing slightly better. Might even be able to get Garen, but maybe not. That looks slightly better. Raw! Silence! As Gentleman Cho'Gath usually says. Going after wolves right now, nothing particularly special. Still have not lost a tower, which kind of shows the potency of this kind of play. And now I'm building my Force of Nature. Renekton coming in for the gank, but with the silence from Psycho, not really big deal. And I think Psycho will be quite alright, especially with Rammus's help. Jesus Christ. And who knows, maybe even DevTug will be able to get a taunt and then get all over Red Rover for Renekton. Now I'm about to have gone through River and possibly pull off a gank, but Renekton was kind of coming to do a gank of his own, so interesting situation right here. It's now kind of 3v2 and we should really get out of there because we're not in a particularly good situation. I'm going to bandage toss in. His tantrum, which is his E, is amazingly powerful. His ulti also very, very powerful, quite a good ability, and I think I may make it out or not. Garen's ulti being a bit of a bitch like that. Are we able to pick up the kill on Baron? Very, very nice. Whatever the pickup is, very, very nice pickup there from Psycho with his knock up and then 2 auto attacks to finish Garen off. Rammus, meanwhile, trying to put a little bit of pressure on top tower, but not really going very well. Renekton's being like, oh, GG, tanks, OP. 5 tanks is kind of OP, yeah. So again, we haven't lost any towers, pushed 3 towers so far, so getting a little bit of global gold there, and, well, a little bit being an understatement, a lot. DevCug taking top tower, so we are now 4 towers ahead, and yeah, that statement kind of sums up my opinion of all tanks. If you don't feed like 50-0, GG. DevTug still pushing down bot. No one's really ganked him yet, but with his Powerball he is able to cover. Say he would get 2/3 of the way. He would get 2/3 of the way to his tower with his Powerball allowing you to cover a very large portion of the map very, very quickly. I'm currently trying to deal with Dragon. I mean, I didn't come out on quite as much health as I would have liked, but works for me. Psycho able to grow to his almost full size. He's only 1 stack off, so that's quite good. Alistair, again, being the pub random of this match, is absolutely brilliant, does exactly what we needed him to do. I'm trying to go after blue yet again. Blue is really not that hard once you've got a couple of skill points in Despair, I think it's called. Despair being his... Despair being his W. Despair just makes juggling really, really easily. There's a little bit of team fight going on mid. Psycho and Spiral. Spiral being one of the 4 people. Nice knock up there by Psycho. Should they attempt a tower dive, I don't think it would be a problem because fortify, and there goes the fortify. Probably a little bit of a waste, but given we have 5 of them, nothing particularly special. DevTug still trying to push bot. I don't know how much damage we've done to the tower. I haven't got an update on that because my screen isn't looking this way. DevTug should be working on running away right now. He's about to get feared. Again, I have no idea what his health looks like, but it looks like Shaco is rather low. Very nice pick up by them. DevTug, I was unaware of this kind of stats there because my screen has not looked over here. DevTug probably going to be able to run away in his Powerball very shortly, but Garen's too quick for good old DevTug. And there comes the Sword of Demacia. DevTug unable to run away from Garen, but able to pick up Shaco along the way. I'm again going back to jungle. Sorry, I knocked my right. Whenever you right click and drag the mouse anywhere, it does this. Well, that's not a little scary. It's kind of interesting. You can see the perspective change because I can see Baron from here. But you just try and find the right angle. That looks about right. Probably zooming out a little too much. Kind of destroys my frame rate when I zoom out like this. Spiral, doing alright. Wukong jumping into the middle of things, really not particularly intelligent. However, his, I can't remember what it's called, deceive ability, where he just stops and then runs away, is very, very good for that kind of thing. We have now taken 4 towers to their zip, and there's a stack coming down bot, which may even allow us to take that last tower. Alistair unfortunately dying right there, but we're able to get quite a nice engagement off. 3 seconds until my ulti. Bit unfortunate there, my ulti's up now. Had I popped my ulti, the outcome of that team fight would have been quite different, given my teammates probably would have been able to pick up the kill. My screen is here, but okay, there we go. Now we get a bit of a health estimate on our allies, and they're doing quite well. To be honest, given all the bitching they've been doing, I'm actually surprised they haven't surrendered yet, because we kind of raped them up until this point. Like, they have a 3 kill advantage. Sleep is good, people. They have a 3 kill advantage, but we have a 4 tower advantage, and we're kind of out of the laning stage right now and into the team fight stage, which is where I think we kind of win. And just taking wolves now. My build's kind of coming along. Got my fan. As you can see, my health regen is now 83 per 5. Very nice. I'm running spell. The runes I'm running on him right now are, I think, flat armor, so I spawn with like 11 more armor seals. Magic pen glyphs. Sorry, magic pen marks and quins. And flat magic resistance glyphs. It ends up giving me 24 extra magic resist and armor. 24 extra magic resist and armor at level 18, and I get 14 spell pen. Given Amunu's passive, it means that at level 13 I'm given Amunu's passive, it means at level 30 I'm hitting at level 18 I'm hitting squishy carries, i.e. people with not very much health at all. Them being, say, Ashes and Swains, and like people who do not build magic resist for true damage plus, I think, 10%, given that it is 35 plus 14 after 1 auto attack penetration, and given that character's flat magic resist is 30, that's probably a good thing. Getting to do a little bit of a team fight here. Spiral in a little bit of trouble, but me and Psycho are able to run away without too much or any hassle. Able to push that top tower, which DevTug has been working on for quite some time now, and I think that's going to be a little bit of a team fight right there. Sorry, what am I saying? I think that's going to be, well, it was going to be a team fight because I thought it was like 2v3, but Alistair just trying to run away, not getting an update on their health, so not able to say how that was going to go. Just kind of judging on one party running away, the other not. Am I able to get the bandage toss? Yes, I am. Bandage and E. Very, very nice pickup by myself. Psycho, I was a bit apologetic to him, but he was like, my ulti wasn't up, so I wasn't able to kill him, so well done. Very, very nice when a teammate does that to you and doesn't just flame out when you KS, when it was, to be honest, kind of essential. Psycho now as big as he's going to get. If you've ever seen White Mist Cho'Gath at 6 stacks, it looks ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean ridiculous. Blue Mist Cho'Gath looks ridiculous when he's at 6 stacks, and he used to go bigger. He used to be like 20% bigger than he is now. One of the things I'm hoping Riot Games will do in the future is redo all the Cho'Gath models for when he's 6 stack size, and then just scale the model down to when he is 0 stack size, because right now they did the 0 stack size model and just scaled it up. So that's why Cho'Gath always looks really pixelated and a little weird when he gets this big, and why his tail is always a bit funky and jerky and stuff like that, is because it's not actually his model, it's the scaled down model. And true damage, like a beast on Garen getting ganked by 3 tanks, not exactly ideal. I'm now going after blue yet again. DevTug and Garen kind of had this running dialogue. Garen, to be honest, being a bit of a dickhead. Our plan was to go 5 tanks, get 5 fortifies and 5 Guardian's Angels. Just be a bitch. Spiral not able. Just I think this is when I just take this tower out while my teammate's gonna take that tower out, but I can't be exactly sure. Tanking a turret at this point really not difficult. I mean, I have so much armor and magic resistance that it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to be getting more very shortly, because my kind of like full tank build is movement swiftness boots, so 3 speed, and then a fan, then a Random's Omen, then a Guardian's Angel, and then I get a Banshee's Vow and a Sunfire Cape. So it kind of like you end up with quite a lot of health and a shitload of resistances. Me and Spiral now going to try and deal with Garen, but not sure if we're going to be able to pick up this kill, because he is just a little bit too tanky and we don't deal quite enough damage. Psycho able to pick up a kill there, but then killed by Renekton. Hopefully DevTug will be able to pick Renekton up, but should be interesting to see who wins that fight. Given Renekton is running, I assume he is losing, and DevTug did just win that fight, so very well done by DevTug. Malphite now saving me and my 750 life. As you can tell by the rate my health's going up, I currently have 85 health regen. That's, as far as I believe, not including the fan's passive, so I'm probably regenning at more like 100 per 5, if not a little bit more. So maybe 120 per 5, because my health is going up like a boss. Spiral just kind of staying there while they all go after me. You can see 4 people trying to kill me, and Spiral's just like, I'm just gonna keep getting hitting. Yeah, inhibitor taken. He may even have his ulti, so not maybe even able to get away, but I do not believe so. We just took bot tower, about to take bot inhibitor, so while they're chasing Spiral, the rest of our team is off killing the top inhibitor, so kind of well played. Getting in towards kind of more of a summary stage of the game. If you want to play 5 tanks, I recommend you do it with a 5-man pre-made, and make sure you all grab Fortify, because it makes farming easier with its passive. Again, for those of you who don't know, when Fortify is ready to cast, you deal 9 bonus damage to minions. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for junglers, because otherwise it would be OP. Quite OP, actually. We're not able to secure the win right now, because they're just winning in a small team fight, able to pick off Rammus, and then they were able to pick off Spiral from earlier on. They just picked off Alistair, and I'm trying desperately to get in there, save Raston. Raston probably going to go down, however. I was able to get the ulti off, but I did not get Malphite in that ulti, so now I'm the one in trouble as well. So just going in one by one, even if you are tanks, not particularly a good idea. Super minion should be able to help and maybe take out an turret or 2. Not sure. Malphite currently being the only one who's up for us. Rammus and Alistair will be spawning shortly, but Malphite being the only one. Marble Malphite does look quite good in my opinion, however not as good as his splash art would, not as good as I think his splash art makes it look. His splash art is just amazing. One of the biggest advantages here is if we ace, we have 5 fortifies. And in this case, we kind of aced, it was only spiral, and they couldn't even push a tower. Malphite and Alistair able to save that tower, maybe pick up Renekton, not sure. Renekton was kind of the enemy's fed person after all this. He didn't build a Madrid's, which would have been smart. Garen was building a Madrid's, and Wukong did get a Madrid's. The other thing that would have helped is if Malzahar got a Deathfire Grasp. So we're currently taking Baron, and Baron with 5 tanks is hilarious. Like, it is truly funny, because Baron with 5 tanks just takes ages. I mean, it's taking us so long just to kill Baron. I'm dealing like 49 and then 125 off my W, so it just takes so long to do Baron with that many people. We'll see what happens with these two characters. Where am I? I've only been playing Amunu recently. Up until that point, I was just kind of used to playing Rammus in a tanky scenario, so that's why I keep kind of following Rammus around. And then I realized that no, it's DevDug who showed me how to play Rammus. Right now we have Malzahar and Garen coming to try and save this tower, but we're all so goddamn tanky that it really doesn't matter. Then I pop my ulti to keep everyone kind of locked down. Then ultis kind of go off galore, and we're all basically dealing splash damage. Like, splash damage, not really an issue. When you have this many tanks and splash damage just get along like a ant on water. I don't know what. Get along like a house on fire, but that's a bit cliche. I'm just keeping on hammering on this tower. Wukong able to knock me up, slow me down just a little bit, but able to take it nonetheless. Psycho getting a double kill. Psycho kind of being the fed legend during this game. Garen still very tanky, but not quite tanky enough, to be honest. And that just leaves Malphite, who I just finished off. This is Keno DVT, kind of wrapping up with a all tanks game where we did not lose a tower. Not one tower whatsoever. I think our lowest tower was half health. Yep, our lowest tower was half health. This is Keno DVT, signing off. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever want to have a little bit of fun while playing with some mates, all tanks, or as I'm going to record in my next game, all pirates. Yarr!